Hello, hello. So, is it working or not? I'm gonna okay. So, the live podcasting is not working at the moment. I'm trying to relaunch it. Hey, Harsh, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Lauren. I'm audible.
Hi. Yeah. Yes, you're audible. Great. Uh,
Hi,
how
hi.
about hi? I'm trying to launch the broadcasting on YouTube and LinkedIn, but looks like it's not working at the moment. I'm gonna try it again. It's preparing. Anyway, the video is recorded, so if we do not succeed in being live, I'll put it on the YouTube channel just after. So, hey, so, try it again, taking time. Okay. Um, Still not working. I. So I'm trying to connect to the Restream application to review the setup, and otherwise we'll let it go and we'll see. So uh, seems like I'm not even able to. Ah, yes. So now I'm loud on Restream, and let's try. Otherwise, um, yeah, I don't know why it's not working because I can see everything is correctly set up on the Restream side. Sorry. Uh, yes, I got the key, I got the URL, but Zoom does not seem to. Yeah. Hmm. how are you doing, Harsh? Good?
Yes, I'm doing great. The thing is, like, I was totally overloaded with the work. Now I get some time to breathe. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And by the way, congrats, because you have to know that Harsh has submitted a talk for KubeCon Europe in March in Amsterdam, and the talk has been accepted. So do I. So we will be two, and we will join together in Amsterdam for talking about Microcks. So if you want to learn more, be sure to book your tickets for KubeCon Amsterdam.
Yes.
Okay, so Zoom is definitely not working for the live stream, so I'll forget about it and I'll upload the video after the end of the call. So cool. Good to see you, Harsh.
Yeah, thanks.
And welcome to Microx community meeting number 26 already. And this is the end of the year. We've done a lot before. I prepared some news about the latest release on Microx Core and latest release on Microx CLI. I don't know, Harsh, if you had some other points on your side.
I don't have much pl plans for the today's topic. Sorry, today's meeting.
Okay, okay.
Even like we can share the future planning.
Yeah, okay. Uh, okay, so I can share my screen and we can start just a review with, I think two important things. The CLI release, a new CLI release. Uh, it has been done previously. I think the previous version was in September by Harsh, and there was still a few improvements that were listed. So we've done this a few weeks ago, and it has been released. I think it was 10 days, something like that. So let me just, share my screen, and you should be able to see my screen right now. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So in fact, we have two different releases in a few days. We have the 101 and the 102, but the 102 was just a bug fix because we had an issue with the container images signatures due to some upgrades and breaking change upgrade in Cosine, the tool we are using for the container signatures. So we have the 1.0.1 who brings all the features, and the 1.0.2 is just let's say a bug fix for the signature stuff. So uh, let's start. One important thing. So there are many different updates to the libs. One important thing, the watch command is here and is now totally integrated into the main binary. What that means? That means that if you are using or if you have used previously the Microcks import command, you now have an extra dash dash watch flag that keeps the Microcks CLI checking the imported files and that re-import them on any updates. So I think I had a comment somewhere. Yes. Okay. So here it was just with the Go binary, but you can have exactly the same thing with the final Microcks binary. So if you just import a bunch of specification artifacts into your Microcks instance, and then at the end you have the dash dash watch, you can see that the watch mode is now enabled. The watcher is starting and it keeps running. So each and every each and every time you are now going to update your file, it will be then re-imported automatically in your Microcks instance. So that's pretty cool. So let's imagine you're a developer, you are using a local sandbox powered by Microcks. You've imported everything with the CLI and you just turn on the watch mode. If you want to change your examples from the spec or from your API example files, or if you want to add new examples, they will be on the fly, just synchronized into the Microcks instance. So pretty cool. And yeah, it offers a very smooth experience regarding the developer experience. So that's nice. That's the watch part. And so available since 101. Few
Amazing.
things.
Like, yeah, the fixes are good. Like, because the previously we have to start the watcher separately, and
Yeah,
then like we can do the logs of the watching things. So yeah, this is
exactly.
a good catch and like good feature as well.
Yeah, cool. So some few announcements also. We had a glitch on macOS with a binary name that was not the same that on the other platforms. On the other platforms, we decided to move from Microcks CLI to just Microcks, and it was not, let's say, the change was not possible, or at least we didn't find how to do it for macOS binary. And so we spend more time digging into that. And now finally, also on macOS, the binary is called Microc. So we have a very homogeneous way of doing things. Uh, Nice little announcement. You know that from the beginning, Microx was using a key clock for authorization. And even if you turned off the authorization on your Microx instance, the CLI was it was still mandatory to provide the Keycloak client ID and the Keycloak client secret on the CLI side. You could put dummy values in it. It was not actually used, but you have to specify them. And so we just make the change. So now these flags are optionals, and not specifying them means that you have turned off the authorization, so we are no longer looking at their presence, and it makes shorter lines and easier to use the CLI. So that's one's nice, and one final one. I think all the other stuff, yes, are. We had a new command that is import directory. So instead of specifying each and every file you want to import, you can just ask Microcks to import a full directory. And in this directory, it will browse the different files, it will browse the different subdirectories to find your spec, to find your artifacts, and so on. So you may ask how the CLI may decide that whether it is a primary artifact or a secondary artifact. In fact, we are using conventions. So typically, all the open API files or Swagger files we will found will be considered as primary artifacts, and all the other, let's say, the other format like API example, like Postman collection, like metadata, and so on, all of these will be treated as secondary artifacts. So we think it's a common default that makes sense 90% of time, so it should be okay.
Yes.
Yes, otherwise, yes, you will have to use the regular Microx import, just specifying files one by one if you differ a bit from those conventions.
Mhm.
So this one is pretty cool as well. And yes, it really enhanced the behavior and the usability of the CLI. We also had a few fixes, typos, also logs and displays. I don't know if you had put the display here, but typically here on the start and stop command, we added the URL of the Microx instance that is started, so that you can just directly click in your terminal and open up the browser. We just changed a few things regarding how new lines, carriage returns were managed to have a nice display on the terminal. So few announcements, but yeah, once again, a way better usability. And I think that's it. That's the main, these are the main enhancements here on this new version. So yeah, feel free to check it out. We'll probably early next week, we'll have a new video on the YouTube channel about this new command because we received a video from Pratik, that is a regular contributor, and he just produced a smaller video on how to get you started with those commands. So we'll communicate on yes his video on next week.
Yeah, like good news. Like as Pratik is making videos on the Microcks CLI, so yeah, we can get the more reach and the more awareness of the Microcks commands.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's yeah, for most of the people, at least young people, because I still prefer reading docs, but I'm an old one. And
Mhm.
but yeah, having a video is really cool for yes, getting your hands on very quickly, very easily. So if we look at the CLI issues, remaining issues, we have just one remaining issue at the moment, and this is one about the distribution and the package manager. So yes, we also make the micro CLI available using Brew. So you can now just Brew install the micro CLI. I think, yes, it's just right here. So you can just Brew tap Microx tap and Brew install Microx tap Microx. So here you will get the fresh and the latest version. But we would like also to make it available on our package manager. So typically, apt-get is the one we are targeting. So if you're around, if you're interested in contributing, if you have any knowledge about how to get things done easily for apt-get, yes, please reach out. Yes, write some comments on the issue. We'll be more than happy to to finalize this one as well. And I think that's it for the CLI stuff. So this one is next. I don't know what will be the next version, but yeah, still, this is the remaining issues. So any stuff. So yeah, as always, we are eager to get your feedback. So yeah, feel free to send us any feedback regarding the CLI.
Yes, and the main thing is like start using Microcks CLI, and because it's that's the part we can get the actual feedbacks and the reviews, and then we can improve it.
Yeah,
So start using it.
yeah, sure. But it's actually now pretty easy. So I don't know if you I have a terminal at the moment, just right here. Um, Not this one, but yeah. Let's let's start another one. For example, here I can just let's do it live. I
Yes.
not triage. So here you can just have Microcks start. You can put a name. You can just ask for removing the container at the end. Fail to start. No such container. So Microcks stop. Maybe. Okay. So as it is my development environment, it's maybe also a bit start. I don't know. Maybe I need to clean up something. So anyway, I think this is my dev environment that is a bit quirky at the moment.
Mhm.
No matter. Yes. So we can move on also and talk about this new release, the 1.13.1 that was just released 3 days ago. So please upgrade, please update, because there's a lot of good stuff in this one as well. Um, very interesting stuff here. The the first one is that we have a new feature that is available and that is marked as experimental at the moment. It is the one regarding how to handle mocks that are managing no text output, but binary output. So imagine you have a REST API that can render PDF files, or that can render images, and you want to specify this as a mock. So this new feature is all about this one. And so typically here, you can now embed data value encoded into base 64 fields using the external value field of your spec. So typically, I think we have an example here. Yeah, so typically here, let's say you want to just to have an image, a PNG image as a response. Now, thanks to external value, you can just specify your binary value encoded in base 64, but just inline it into your external value field. So pretty nice. And now it allows Microcks to handle many more cases. So rendering PDF, rendering PNG file, whatever binary format as well. So that's pretty cool. And thanks a lot to Apurva, because it's Apurva that contributed it. So here again, a nice contribution from Apurva. So to be honest, we marked it as experimental for the moment. We didn't test it a lot. We had in-depth review. We had some examples and way more tests in the test suites, but don't have many feedbacks at the moment. So please try it out. Provide any feedback you want, and yeah, we'll see how to improve if it needed to be improved in the next release. But this one is really promising. Another very nice announcement we've done together with Apurva is that, if you remember, in 1.13 version, we integrated the live traces.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember the live traces? So just for a refresher reminder for people who are just joining us, live traces is now a feature that allows us to have this kind of stuff, to see how the different traces flying on the mocks, with all the different explanations on how the request was processed and how did we do to find a matching. So we find out that these live traces, the live traces performance could be enhanced a bit, and specifically all the things regarding memory consumption. So we optimize stuff to lower the memory consumption of light traces, and so we reduce the memory consumption by a third. So that's pretty cool. Regarding live traces, we also find out that if you are using Microcks in let's say in a very performance sensitive environment, sending thousands of requests at Microcks, and if you let this live traces feature enabled, it is possible at some time that you'll find some concurrent map exceptions, because we had some synchronization issues regarding memory access. And so this is something also we have we have removed, so you no longer have these exceptions. Now, even if you're sending thousands of or yeah, hundreds of thousands of requests to Microcks, you no longer have these concurrent map exceptions with the live traces. So it's pretty cool. Some interesting yes, other feature is this one. For the people who are doing async API stuff and that are using Google PubSub. So previously, when you enable this feature on Microcks, you have to use the Google Cloud online PubSub infrastructure. We do not have the ability to route messages or to get messages from a running emulator, a local running emulator like we have on AWS when you are enabling a local stack, for example. We didn't have that for PubSub, but now thanks to Adam, I suppose it is Adam, you now have this ability to use the PubSub emulator as well. So once again, it's very handy if you are using Microcks locally with a local sandbox, with a local emulator, and so on. You can just enable this to use the PubSub emulator. So that's cool. And by the way, this setting is available right now on the Microcks core, but it is not yet available on the test containers library. So if you are using Microcks in your unit test thanks to test containers, you'll have to wait a little bit to also be able to use the local emulator for PubSub. So it should land in the next release, but yes, it requires that we have to make some changes also on the test containers library side. Okay, let's check what's also interesting. Yes, we completed some missing APIs on the new JavaScript engine that we embedded into the 1.13. So now it should be in feature parity regarding what we already have on Groovy scripts. We made a pass, and now everything seems to be aligned between the two different scripting technologies, JavaScript and GroovyScript, so that's cool. And yes, that one also can load more. That was interesting. So if you are using AWS SNS or SQS, we were not supporting the FIFO queues or the FIFO topics. So now it's the case. Standard topics, standard queues, or FIFO ones, both will are now supported thanks to this new version. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, a few bugs regarding import of faulty request response in OpenAPI, also in template expressions. But yeah, so we still find some glitches and some corner case that were not correctly managed. But yeah, now should be okay. And I think that's it for the most of the 1.13. Oh no, and another one that is pretty important. And maybe I'm gonna switch to the doc. So maybe I don't know if you already had this case, Harsh, but you know that previously, if you wanted to have debug logs in Microcks, you had to, if you're running Microcks in a container, you had to uh, mount a configuration file to this container and change the logging level with specific parameters in this file. I don't know if you
Okay,
already
okay.
had to
No, I
do this
didn't
trick.
use this thing.
Okay, so basically you had to provide a log. a logback.xml file and just put an XML saying, hey, I want log level being debug and so on. So that was a bit
Okay.
annoying and complicated on some environments. And here, now things are way easier. So I think, yes, I updated this one here. And now we just have environment variables to set for doing this. So let's say
Okay.
you're running a Microcks using Docker Compose, for example. You have now three different environment variables. The main container just needed one, logging level IO GitHub Microcks debug. And the async minion one needs at least two. It needs two different properties. It needs a Quarkus log console level debug, and then Quarkus log category IO GitHub Microcks level debug. And
Hmm.
so it's way way easier to do this than just creating a new file, mounting the file in the container. That could be a bit, let's say, error prone for people who are not really accustomed to containers. But now we have a very easy way of doing this, and even also on the command line, if you are just running Microcks using Docker run, like we are doing in let's say in the getting started, see Docker run here, just have to add a dash e for a new environment variable, the name of the variable, debug, and that's it. So it will be yeah, easier to turn on the debug levels. So that's cool. I finally spent some time in the in the Spring Boots and Quarkus documentations to to find how to do this very easily. And that's it, I think, for the different news regarding Microcks. So we've been very busy this week. We are at API Days, Paris. So if you are around and want to say hi, I will be in the hallway in a let's say in an hour or so. And I have a talk this afternoon. I'm attending a panel session with the Async API guys, just talking about the status of Async API community and specs and so on. So here again, if you're around, feel free to join and to say hi this afternoon.
Cool, cool, cool. Like SNGP guys are awesome. I met them. So
Yeah, you met them in
yeah,
it was
yeah. It's
which
API
event?
days also in
It
India.
was API
It's API.
days, yes, and it was in
India.
Bangalore.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, these are really cool guys, and so it's nice having this opportunity to spend time together, and yeah, to have this panel session this afternoon. So it's pretty nice. Okay, just to let you know that we still have a lot of things to do on Microcks. So if you're a newcomer, if you join the project, if you think we are doing cool stuff, please feel free to check out the different issues. We still have yes a lot of enhancement proposition from Apova regarding yes developer experience, regarding yes the UX the UX. So that's nice. Um, there are also stuff around data contracts mocks. I'd like to push a bit more next year. So we started a discussion about whether it would make sense or not to add it in Microcks, and I definitely think it would make sense because it will allow us to have the let's say the support for the three different styles of integration patterns. I mean API service based, asynchronous message based, and also file transfers yes batch based, let's say. So it's really pretty cool. And yeah, so Still a lot to do. And one thing I'd like to try this year, maybe next year, as we will begin another year very shortly. One thing I'd like to try, and I'd like to have your feedback on this, and to receive messages on that on GitHub, on Discord, whatever. But I'd li I like to, I think it could be nice to set up some live meetings like we have together today to try to shape the roadmap for next year. So just throwing everything we may have in our minds regarding the things to enhance, the things to fix, the new feature to support, and so on. Create a lot of different issues, and also work on updating the roadmaps, because you may know that we have this roadmap projects right here that has not been updated for some time now. And I think it would be really cool to work together on this, and to update everything, and put some priorities regarding where we want to go, how we want to, what are the priority for Q1, for Q2, for Q3, and so on. Of course, it's still an open source project, no engagement, but just, let's say, some willingness of pushing initiatives and pushing new topics in Microcks.
Yeah, I guess it's a nice idea because we can also keep track of the new features, and we
Yeah,
may get new feedbacks from the users and the contributors. So
exactly. So I think it will take a bit of time to set up, because I think we have to communicate a lot in order to be sure that we put, let's say, the enough people in the room. The more we are, the better it is. But yes, I think it would be nice to do that around maybe the end of January, or beginning of February, something like that. So could be nice.
yes, yes, yeah, we should do
And
that. Do this.
yeah, we'll try to set up this. We'll try to set up this. That's cool. Um, yeah, and I think that's it on my side. So this is a yeah, still have 20, 15 minutes. So anything you have in mind, Harsh, do not hesitate. I don't know if you have some other specific topics or
I don't have any. Sorry.
yeah,
I don't have any specific topics right now because I was quite busy last few months, and I was
yeah.
working on my some like my company's project. So that is the thing, and now I'm trying to get more on track for the Microcks and Microcks CLI.
Mm-hmm.
My like I'm thinking about the implementing this IBMQ. I saw that topic open from last very long time, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to complete it as ASAP, and once it's done, then we'll move to the Micro CLI. We can see what is the new feature we can introduce, what's the actual user requirements, and then based on that we can try to implement them.
Okay, cool. Oh, just I realized I forgot one important thing. Um, because this is also something we'd like to get your feedback on. I'm gonna share my screen once again. So let me, yes, share the screen. Okay. We talked about Aspire a few weeks ago, because there was this nice initiative started by Sebastian. And beginning of this week, we also released the first release of our Aspire support. So congrats to Sebastien from Axia once again, because it's been a huge work to put everything together. But now we have this first release, everything is set up. We have the all the CI/CD pipelines, all the release pipeline that here. And so we have already something that can be used with bunch of documentation here on how to use Microcks into Aspire. So really, if you're starting with Aspire, if you're working with Aspire, please tell us what you think. I know also that Sebastian is working on a demo. So the idea is to have also the same kind of demo that we have with the all the test containers library. We want to have exactly the same thing with Aspire. And so yeah, I think yes, there is this pull request I still have to review. But yeah, this one is massive with yes, a lot of stuff that are already implemented in the demo. So please check it out. Yeah, Aspire seems to be a very big thing also for Microsoft. Uh, Very nice trend, and it's start to attract a lot of developers. So yeah, check it out, and we'll probably communicate more broadly about it beginning of next year. And I
Nice. So
think that's it.
uh, the thing is, like, I have one question. Like, Aspire is like the .NET, right? It's a framework.
So from my understanding, it was .NET only since the until the latest version. And
Mhm.
now, I think it was 1 month ago, they released Aspire version 13 with the ambition to become a cross-language platform. So to have
Okay. Mhm.
the same kind of the same set of features, whatever the language. And I think that for the moment they are putting the priority on Python and on JavaScript and Java.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So
Mhm.
for the moment, the library Sebastian has worked on is .NET only. And
Mhm.
but I think yes, we'll track this and we'll see if at some point it makes sense to have something that yes that will also target the other language depending on the success of Aspire for the other language.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
yeah, one thing that is sure is that it has a lot of overlaps with test containers. So I think at some point we have to take to take decision if we are, let's say, sticking with test containers or yes, trying other stuff with Aspire depending on the traction we can see on Aspire and so on.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're okay, I think we can end this community meeting right here. So it was unfortunately not live, but we'll put the video on YouTube in a few hours, I think. Yes, I need to have solid Wi-Fi to do that, so maybe I'll wait a bit. But thanks for joining, Harsh. It's nice to see you again, and
Yes.
I think it will be the last community meeting for this year because we are taking some days off by the end of the year. So I think probably if it's already set up, we'll probably cancel the next one in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see all of you in 1 month or so, early January for celebrating the new year. That's cool.
Yes. Yeah. So happy New Year too from my side as well from this community meeting. Yeah, we can definitely do this New Year thing on the Discord, but from the community meeting, the last time for this year.
Yeah, cool. So take some rest, everyone. Enjoy your time with the family by the end of the year, and yeah, see you next year.
Yeah. Bye bye. And Lant, best of
Yeah,
luck for your talk.
yeah, sure. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone. Have a nice
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye.